Hello, Divine Collective. It is Kayla, also known as the Divine Healer, and I'm here to help us align to the life that we want, need, and deserve. Okay, we deserve this life. Okay, we do. So let's get it together. Okay, and today I want to talk about leaving things, people, places that is no longer serving you. Okay, and a lot of times we know and we have a feeling that this place is serving us or this person is working against us and doesn't have our best interest, but we choose to stay, and that is a moment of reflection too, because at the end of the day, this person is always going to be this person. I'm not going to be mad at this person for being them. I'm going to be mad at myself for accepting their behavior. Okay, let's not. Remember, when you point, it's three fingers pointing back at you, okay? So why am I accepting this? Why am I around you? Why am I in this job where they're racist or where they're saying this or where they're doing that or where they don't even value me or they see me as less or they see, you know what I mean? Like, why? Why? Ask yourself why. Because you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to live a life that you don't want to live, okay? Or sacrifice yourself and your mental and your physical for something else or for somebody else or for somebody else's company, okay? You don't have to do that. You don't have to. It is our birthright to live the life that we want to live. But one, you have to know that you deserve it. And two, you have to know that it's going to come, okay? It's going to come. That's why you're here today. Okay, that's why you're watching these videos, trying to work on yourself, watching other philosophers, watching other people, reading these books. You're putting in the work, and I promise you it will be rewarded. If you go to school and you get that degree and you take all your classes, you show up to class, you do your homework, what's going to happen? You're going to be rewarded. It's the same thing when it comes to working for yourself. But a lot of times we work for other people so much and we go so hard for other people's businesses to the point where we are like exhausted and we can't even pour anything to ourselves. But they got money. They're set up. They're straight. They're not worried about this. They're not worried about that. Because why? Because they're focused on themselves. They made their own business. Okay? Not saying that you specifically have to do that. But if, like, for example, me, I was a pre-K special education teacher. And I did that for about 2 years. Okay? And literally my first year, I remember like halfway through the school year, I had a whole mental breakdown. Mind you, Kayla's always cool, calm, and collected. But I had a whole mental breakdown. And I freaked out. I literally freaked out. And I literally had to sit with myself. I ended up getting back in therapy and stuff like that. I've been in therapy on and off since the age of 4. So I had to get back in therapy because I'm like, Kayla, I need to get down to the root of why did you flip out like that? What's going on? Little did I know that it was from the stress from my job. It's not easy. It's a lot of overstimulation. Then I'm not going to get too much into parents and stuff like that, but that plays a huge factor. And, administration too, that plays a huge factor. You have to feel supported when you're in a job like that. When a parent can sit up here and sue you and say that you did this and say that you did that, at the end of the day, you have to protect yourself in that field. And I felt like I was alone. I felt like I was by myself. I felt like I was stressed. I felt like all these things were being put on my plate and I had no other choice but to do it, right? Because I wanted this money. I want to keep my job. So they're going to continue to throw things on my plate. I didn't even get no doggone job description. Didn't even get a job description, but they're telling me I need to do this. I need to write all these IEPs. I need to do these progress reports. I need to do I-7s. I need to do this. I need to do that. I didn't even know what IEP was. And I'm over here writing it. You know what I mean? But I will say, going through the journey of teaching has really taught me that anything that I put my mind to, I can do. Okay. And I'm a Virgo. Okay, so we are hard workers. We are great workers. I know my work ethic. Okay, my first job was Target. Okay, and I can tell you, that tells you a lot. Okay, that was a cult. That's hard to get into. Okay, and I was Employee of the Month twice. And mind you, they barely do Employee of the Month. Okay, and that was within the first 3 or 6 months that I was working at Target, I became Employee of the Month. Literally, my work ethic is great. And the county that I work for did not want me to leave. After my first year of teaching as an ECSE teacher, tell me why I'm teaching sessions and New Teacher Work Week. Mind you, I'm teaching it, New Teacher Work Week and regular Teacher Work Week. So, mind you, I'm teaching people that have been teaching for years but are switching to special education. It's so crazy. And I'm the youngest person in all these rooms. You know what I mean? And that had to really show me. I had to be like, Kayla, you are that girl, okay? You over here teaching these 40-year-olds, people that are, well in their journey and switching over to new things that I've been teaching for years. Could have taught you, me, and literally I'm over here teaching them. I'm teaching them about collaboration, working as a team, working with a partner, doing this and doing that. I'm over here teaching. And that was my first year working with that county. Mind you, before that, I worked in daycares, right? So I worked with 18 2-year-olds, and that prepares you for anything. I can change diapers standing up, okay? But that job was way easier than being an ECSC teacher. Like, that's why I went into ECSC, because I was like, oh, like I have family members with autism and stuff like that. Like I can do that, which I can, and I did it. But it's crazy because my kids without IEPs, I was in a collaborative classroom. So I had kids with IEPs and kids without IEPs. My kids without IEPs are the ones that made my blood pressure go so high. Okay. And then you see this ring. This is an Oura ring, right? So literally anytime I would do small groups, and mind you, my small groups was all boys. I had the lower group of the testing. So literally I will look at my Oura ring and my stress levels will shoot up. Like literally, like I'm in fight or flight mode all day. Like you're always turned on. Like that literally drained me. And I can't even tell you how many times I told my coworkers, oh yeah, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And guess what? I finally did it. I finally left, because at the end of the day, mentally, that wasn't a good place for me. Yes, I'm great at that job. Yes, the county really wanted me to stay, but at the end of the day, that's not enough. Like, I know my value. I know my worth ethic. And that does not mean I need to stay there. You know what I mean? Like, because I want this. I want this. I want that. There's some things that other teachers got that we didn't get. You know what I mean? And I need a break. I don't get a break. The only time I have a break is during nap time, which is like an hour and 15 minutes, but half my class doesn't sleep. So I don't get a break. So all throughout the whole day, I'm always on. I'm always, you know what I mean? And then when I get home, it's like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. That's how I don't know. I don't understand how people can work with kids all day, then go home to kids. Okay. You clock out of one job, you go to the next job. Like, it's just like, I couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it, and it was my choice. So I quit my job. I quit my job. Okay. Did I have another one lined up afterwards? No. Okay. Do it the same way I did it? No. Okay. At the end of the day, I know what I have, and I know what I can align to, and I know I've been on this journey for years. So everything's going to be provided, but also you have to know that through the power of knowing. You have to know that through your manifestations. You have to know that through your meditations too as well. So I know that everything's going to be provided, and I can't even tell you how many random checks I done got. Like, bills are still being paid. Okay. I still got enough money for a few more months of bills. Okay. So I'm taken care of. Okay. And you will be taken care of too, but you don't have to stay where you don't want to stay. If you're not valued, if you feel like you're mentally drained from something, leave. Okay. Leave. It's okay to leave. And I understand if you have other responsibilities, do it the smart way. Don't do it the Kayla way. Do it the smart way. Start applying for jobs. Start looking for jobs. Start looking for a different position in your field. Maybe it's the people that you work with. Maybe try to switch to a different department or different location. And yes, if you have to drive an extra 10 minutes, or if you have to stay, your hours are a little different, that's okay, because guess what? Your mental is going to be okay. And when you have more mental space and capacity, you're able to see more that you can do in your life. But that's what these jobs do. Like, you literally work 8 hours of the day, you sleep 8 hours of the day. That's already 16 hours gone, right? Then you got to take care of the kids. You got to get dressed. You got to get to work. You got to eat. Like, literally, they try to occupy all your time so that you have no time to think for yourself. You have no time to be present. You have no time to just exist. Okay. But that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the point where we can just exist, live, and also continue to attract abundance. And abundance doesn't always mean money. I'm going to post a video today, same outfit, same everything, talking about abundance too as well. So please go watch that video. Please, 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 because abundance is not money. Okay. I'm tired of people saying abundance money. No, you can get an abundance of money, but you can also have an abundance of joy. You can have an abundance of love. You can have an abundance of prosperity. Like, abundance doesn't equate always to money. Okay. So I am here to encourage. I feel like this is for a specific group too as well, but leave where you are not valued, okay? Because when you are staying, you are not valuing yourself. So both of y'all aren't even valuing you, okay? You need to value yourself enough to put yourself around people, places, and things that also value you, or at least that you're walking in your own value, okay? Same thing, relationships. Like, I can't even tell you how many relationships I done cut off because they didn't value me. They didn't see my value. Once I left and I cut them off, and it's like, okay, Kayla, I value you. Then I'll be like, all right, and then as some time goes on, then they forget my value again, or they just ignore it, or they just choose to, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to do the back and forth. I know me, and I know what I'm going to accept. And I love love being by myself. I'm my own best friend. So don't ever think that I need to have this relationship. I need to have this friendship. I need to have this romantic relationship. No, I don't. It's like I only want what wants me. I only want what values me. So if you value me and you want me and you show that and I will show it back to you, then yes, we are in alignment together, okay? But I just wanted to make this video to let you know that you can leave, you can walk away, you have a choice. Don't think that you can't or you're stuck anywhere. Start making those plans to how you can get unstuck. But at the end of the day, you're only cheating yourself by not knowing your value and where you're at, okay? So if they don't value you and you don't value yourself, who's valuing you? Some change has to be made, okay? So make that change today. What steps can you take today? Who can you be honest to and see? And at the end of the day, I always say it, like, you expressing your feelings and being honest about something is never negative. Now, somebody may get mad about the way that you feel, but at the end of the day, that's on them. That's their personal perception on how you feel. But say how you feel, okay? At the end of the day, it's only going to put you where you need to be, because guess what? You're being honest. And when you're being honest, you bring in honest experiences. You bring in honest people. You continue to attract what you are. But if you're being fake, then what are you going to attract? Fake. Okay, so that's why you have to be real with yourself and be honest with other people too as well, because you're only shortchanging yourself. Okay, but all right, Divine Collective, I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Come back, come talk to me. I always respond, and I can't wait to hear from y'all. Bye, y'all.